Protein. Oh, it's bad for your kidneys. Too much protein. Oh, it's so bad. Fat. Oh, so bad. You eat too much of it, you're going to gain fat. Carbs, same thing. Carbs are the devil. And so no one knows what to actually do. Listen. Coach Greg, in today's video, Nutrition 101, back to the basics. Not everyone knows enough about nutrition, and so today we're gonna focus on what you most need to know about nutrition in order to help you to lose weight.
Basically, I have this triangle set up for you guys so you can understand the 3 legs that are super important when you're talking about eating healthy.
Now, in order to eat healthy, we wanna think about 3 main things, as Dr. Mike is pointing out. The calories, the macronutrients, and of course, micronutrients. In order for your diet to be considered healthy, you have to consider all 3. Any one of these 3 is out of whack and you are not going to be healthy.
The technical definition of a calorie is the amount of energy needed to raise 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius.
And so food literally provides energy measured in heat, and that's what's known as a calorie. And essentially, everyone in the world believes this. You can't break the laws of thermodynamics, except for Bart K, who thinks we're all to lunch. There's no such thing as calories. It's all about food. To lose weight, it's all about hyperthermia.
That means your body core temperature has been reduced because calories are heat, Greg.
And so, of course, the 3 main macros are carbs, fats, and proteins, but there's also one known as alcohol, and alcohol has 7 calories per gram, fat has 9, and protein and carbs have 4. However, although they all offer a certain amount of calories, each macronutrient takes more or less energy to digest. It takes the most energy to digest protein. And so if you have a diet higher in protein, less of the energy from the food gets used to be stored as body fat. And so a few of the reasons in order to have a high protein diet is because protein not only keeps you full and builds muscle, but it also takes more energy to convert that protein into stored body fat. And so in eating a diet higher in protein, it's less likely to be stored as excess body fat. Quite literally, your body burns it off. And so Dr. Mike spends half the video talking about apps, and I'm here to tell you that the apps are not going to help you as much as you think. The problem is these apps can only guess as to the amount of calories you actually need. They could be off by 500 to 1,000 calories. Sure, it says you need 2,200 calories, but what if it's really 3,000? What if it's only 1,500?
Jumping over to fat, I want to first tell you that I think dietary fats have gotten a bad rap.
And so dietary fats have gotten a bad rap for this main reason. There's 9 calories per gram in comparison to proteins and carbs only having 4. And so if you eat a lot of fat, you're going to inevitably eat a lot of calories. It makes sense. Fats are a high calorie dense food, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't consume any. Fats are essential in the diet. There are healthy fats your body absolutely must have in order to produce a proper hormone balance. And so what I recommend is you just don't eat a shit ton of it. Have some fats, yes, just try not to eat them in excess.
As for carbs, I'm not necessarily a huge fan.
And so the reality is he's not a huge fan of carbs, but carbs have gotten a bad rap. Fats, proteins, carbs, everything seems to get a bad rap. Listen, it's all about balance. Have a little bit of all of them. If you're consuming foods from all 4 food groups and you eat a balanced diet, you're good. It's not as complex as people make it out to be.
Carb. Don't worry, I'm gonna tell them the good parts about you too.
And just listen to his tone as he talks about carbs. It's as if there's something wrong with them. Every single day, I eat the most amount of grams of carbs, followed by protein, and in last place is fat. And so we can break down carbs into 3 main sources: fibers, starches, and sugars. The first one, fiber, the majority of people don't even consume half of the recommended intake. Fiber you can find mostly in vegetables and fruits, and it allows you to feel full, to be satiated. And not only can fiber help you to lose weight, it can literally decrease your cholesterol and decrease your chance of getting cancer. I mean, why wouldn't you consume fiber? If you're on the go, don't have a lot of time, and you want some fiber, why not try my famous Seco bar? 220 calories, 20 grams of protein, and a whopping 15 grams of quality fiber in every single bar, no matter the flavor. Imagine 15 grams of fiber. That's half of what you need in a day. Most people are not even consuming 15 grams of fiber in total. Add one of these to your diet. How can you possibly go wrong? Delicious.
Starches are the most consumed carbs on this planet. You most often find them in grains and root vegetables. And then we come to sugars.
And now we have left starches and sugars. Starches are more complex carbs. It takes longer to digest. Sugars, they are very simple, easy to digest. They cause rises in blood sugar. The problem with sugar is it tastes so freaking good. It's hard to put the fork down. You start eating it, you don't want to stop. Also can cause a huge spike in insulin. But if you're doing cardio and you're burning off those calories, sugar, that is important. If you're out racing bikes and you need a ton of calories and you're given the option between fiber and or sugar, you go with the sugar. Sugar is what you need. And so although most people give sugar a bad rap, it's actually something that can be very important for the high performance athlete.
Third and final leg of our triangle is micronutrients. Here we're talking about vitamins and minerals.
And last but not least, micronutrients, which most people often forget. Vitamins and or minerals. And so if all you're eating is a crap diet, you're just eating junk food, sure, you can lose weight, calories in, calories out. But if you're not eating the proper macro and micronutrients, you will be deficient. Deficiencies in micronutrients can in fact affect your hormones, and this can affect the energy out portion of the equation. Think of it, if you're not eating protein or important vitamins and minerals, your body is going to lose muscle. You're not going to produce the hormones your body needs. Your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, as well as your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. You're going to burn fewer calories. This is not good. And so although you can lose weight by an if it fits your macros diet, this is not the answer. Calories in, calories out always works. You can't break the laws of thermodynamics, but you can't neglect the importance of eating enough macro and micronutrients. And how do you do that? You eat a balanced diet, all 4 food groups. It's not keto, it's not carnivore, it's not intermittent fasting. It's eating all foods in moderation. That is truly the key to a long-term healthy diet. And any diet lacking in micro and macronutrients, it's not the diet you want to follow. Sure, it can help you to lose weight. Absolutely. But there's more to life than just losing weight. There's also something called health. Just because you lose weight, you're skinny, doesn't mean that you're healthy. You need to have muscle, energy, and feel good about yourself.
Let's say there are 2 people. Person A decides to follow the cookie diet. Person B is also going to be eating 1,500 calories. They're going to be following the Mediterranean diet.
And obviously, if all you eat is cookies versus eating a Mediterranean diet or a healthy diet, you're going to look way better if you're eating the healthy diet. Both parties will lose weight. Of course, absolutely. But if you're only eating cookies, not getting in the vitamins, minerals, and protein that you need, you can't expect to build muscle. You can't have the proper hormone balance. And it's just simply not going to work out for you in the long term.
It's actually been proven in the best quality studies. Keeping your weight healthy is one of the most important things you can do to maintain your health, to live a long life.
And on top of that, doing cardio. 2 people at the same weight, body fat, and muscle, if one does cardio and the other doesn't, the person doing cardio is most likely to live 3.8 years longer than the person who doesn't do cardio. And so if you want to truly be at your best, please consider doing cardio 150 minutes per week.
What I recommend to my patients is that ideally they lose or gain a pound a week max, because when you start going into extremes, that could really mess with your body.
Exactly. If you're trying to lose weight, try not to lose it too fast. 1 pound a week, he recommends. That is great advice. 1 pound of fat has 3,500 calories, and so that would equate to a 500 calorie deficit per day. That is actually a lot. If you cut out 500 calories from your diet every single day, you may in fact lose energy and not feel as good. And so the slower you lose the weight, the better. Problem is, in today's society, we want the quick fix, the magic pill. You're not getting it. You might lose the weight really quickly, but are you in fact losing fat? You're probably losing fat and muscle. Less muscle leads to a slower metabolism that you can't consume as many calories. Also, to burn off 500 calories per day through cardio and or weights, that is a lot. Most people probably burn 250 calories or less during an hour of lifting weights. Cardio, perhaps 300 or 400 calories is the average. And so you can see, to burn off 500 calories, it's a lot. But there's good news. The more often you do cardio, the longer you stick with it, the faster you're going to be. The faster you do cardio, the more calories you're going to burn, and so you become a better butter burner, one of which you can burn more calories in less time. And so my advice, the best advice, why not do both? Lift weights, do some cardio, and reduce the calories in your diet. An easy way to drop calories in your diet? Get my freaking cookbook. You get to eat all the amazing foods you've always wanted. The only difference, they're lower in calories and higher in protein. That's going to speed up your metabolism, allow you to build muscle. Most important, to be full. If you're not hungry, you're not going to want to eat. And so if you eat from the cookbook, you're going to be satisfied. You're not going to want to eat more. It's going to be easier to stick to your diet, easier to lose weight. Need some help with your diet? Please get the Circle Diet book. My life's work explains exactly how to lose weight, not for just right now, but for the rest of your life. To get the books and the Seco Bar, click the link in the description. Use code GREG to get 10% off.
To make life even easier for you, I recommend you just download LifeSum and plug in all your information, and it'll tell you what your maintenance calories are or what you have to be eating in order to gain or lose weight.
Or you could get my cookbook or my Circle Diet book. Yeah, you can download an app and it can guess, oh, I think you should eat 2,200 calories. Might be right. Might be wrong. Most of these apps are often off by 500 calories. And so imagine, you type it in, eat 2,200, only it's 500 too much. You gain a pound of fat every single week. Or you lose too much weight. You lose fat, yeah, and you lose muscle. And so these apps are guesses. And so rather than tracking calories for the rest of your life, why not switch one or two of the meals you eat every single day to that lowering calories? It's straight up right there. Your favorite foods, lasagnas, protein ice cream, pancakes, French toast, hamburgers, you name it, you can get it in the friggin' cookbook. And so you don't even need to track calories. You just make some simple switches. Stop drinking regular pop. Consume diet. Have a Seco Bar. Try eating some fruit and vegetables, for Pete's sakes. And stop thinking carbs are bad. And stop avoiding all fats. There's healthy fats you should eat. Eat from all 4 food groups. You don't have to intermittent fast. You can eat after dark. You're not a freaking gremlin. And so get with the program. Click the link in the description.
It says I should be focusing on eating foods that are rich in protein. I agree. It gives me my breakdown in calories and macronutrients. It gives you...
And so it says yes to eat 2,206 calories. You really think you can track that accurately? 203 grams of carbs, 182 grams of protein, and 74 grams of fat. Well, what if you're at 0 calories and you still have 40 grams of fat left to eat? Do you then just binge eat fats? Does it really matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You don't have to eat the exact amount of grams of carbs, grams of fat every day. If you eat more carbs, eat less fat. More fat, less carbs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't Problem matter. Is, people are trying to calculate everything, tracking everything. You really think you're going to track every single bite of every single food that goes into your mouth every single day? There's no way you're doing it. You think you're going to do it, but you're not. And so then you don't lose weight. You're thinking, oh, I tracked it. Did you really track how much mustard you put on your sandwich? Did you track every single ounce of cheese?
For breakfast, I ordered out actually because I was busy, don't judge me, but we got Muscle Maker Grill.
And you really think that every single Muscle Grill wrap that you order out from has exactly 646 calories? Oh, that person standing behind the deck, when they make that sub, it's exactly the same every single time. Of course not. It says 646 calories. How do you know it's not 546 or 946? They're just guessing. They're spreading on whatever. You don't know exactly what you're eating. And so the reality is, world, it's a guess. But what you can do is eat healthier foods. Foods that have more fiber. You're going to be more full, more satiated. You're naturally going to end up eating less.
You don't have to track the calories. You don't have to put anything down on paper. That can get very complicated and intimidating.
I don't know about you. Maybe I'm old. I'm 47, but I'd be way more intimidated trying to calculate things inside of an app. Don't even know how to use a friggin' app than I am by just eating healthier. Using the knowledge you get from these videos, simply using that to make better choices, smarter choices. And if you get the cookbook, clearly you just follow the recipe. Instead of making the regular French toast you make, you have the lower calorie, higher protein French toast. It's really that simple.
Trust me, there's a lot of nuance when it comes to nutrition, and I didn't want to bog this video down with controversy. In general, the field of nutrition research is an absolute mess.
And as he states, the field of nutrition, it's a mess. You could go on for days. Every single point I make, I could go on for hours and debate and argue about every single detail. but you simply can't do that in every video. So bottom line, to lose weight, it's calories in, calories out. You need to eat in a deficit. Take your time losing weight. Don't forget about the macro and micronutrients. Eat a balanced diet from all 4 food groups. Get in your 150 minutes of cardio a week. Lift some weights, and you're good. Hope you learned something. Ending it here. Don't forget, code Greg, 10% off. Click the link in the description. So many supplements, I can't name them all. No way could I do it. Watch the top bloop or the bottom. Subscribe and click the bell button. Do it now. Press the freaking button right there, right now. And until next time, I am out.